Hello, hello. I'm back. Thank you for coming in to PTB Designs for You work workshop, work lab. What do you call your workspace? Your workspace? But anyway, I got a shipment from Bargain Beats January haul, and it's called a Galaxy of Gems collection. So I said, what can I make with it? Now, these are just some of the things that I got with the haul. I did make a video of the haul, so I'm not going to go into that. But I made this bracelet. Now, really, I didn't use that much. I just used um, the striped agate dyed heated 10 millimeter belt balls beads. I used those, and I used some of the tiger skin jasper, and then I use some of the lever lava beads. I think these are 3 millimeter, about 4 millimeter lava beads. That's really all that I use. Now, also I used from this. I don't know where I got it. I've been having it for, I think, ever since I started making jewelry. But I finally got down to using some of them, most of them. But they are, what do you call these, chips, nuggets, and I like them, but I just don't use them that much. But anyway, I made a bracelet. The bracelet is using leather along with the nuggets, and they're linked in clusters with the tiger's eye, tiger skin, and the marble bead, and then it has a toggle clasp, and yeah, that's the bracelet. So I said, well, let me make some earrings to go with it. So the focal point is the wraparound, the leather. So I made an earring using the leather once again, and with the wraparound technique around the leather. So I said, well, let me come on here. I made one. Now I'll make the other one. So what I did was, I thought I already cut it. I took, oh, I hate to cut it again. I know I did. But anyway, I got this leather from Joann's, was going out of business across the street from my house. So I went and got some. I wish I had gotten more now that I'm using it. But I took about a foot, and what I'm going to do is make a loop. Make this loop in the earring. You see it better on the back side. But I'm going to make that loop first. And what I'm going to use is, um, I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring this around like a loop, like making a loop. But because I want it to be longer with a shorter, I'm going to give myself some room to make that longer loop. Now, when I measured it, it was like 2 and a little bit over 2.5 inches long. But after I added things to it, it got shorter, which I like. So I want to make sure this is long enough. Let me give it some more on this end. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this and I just want to make a loop, And then I'm going to take an ordinary straw. Just an ordinary straw. I cut it from a straw. And I'm going to place it right here in the middle. Okay. Now holding on to it like so. I'm going to take my long end and wrap it. 1, 2. I think 2 was all I got to do. 2. If you want 3, you're going to have to just have more, a longer piece of cord, leather. And then from underneath, I'm going to take this and take it inside the straw. Okay, take it inside the straw. And then I'm going to slowly hold on to this, but remove the straw. Now see, I promise off camera it went all the way through. It's okay. You don't have to have the straw, but it makes it a whole lot easier to make these loops, to make these knots, I mean. So I'm going to determine my size. So when you're pulling, you're actually determining your sizes at the same time. I want this one shorter and this one longer. So I'm going to pull it down so that it will be shorter, about the same as this one. It might just be a little bit still longer. Yeah, that's about right. Then I want to pull this long one very tight. You don't want to pull this one because it'll make this one shorter. So if you pull on this bottom, it makes this one shorter. This one tightens it, and then this one makes this shorter. So I'm just going to pull on this. Get it as tight as I can. And also fix it. Okay, so I got it as tight as I can get it. And next thing I want to do, twist this around a little bit. Probably work better if I didn't take that through the loop. You know, sometimes you get things in your head and you're like, I know I've done this with bracelets before. Make the loop, the slide loop knot. This is my first time doing it like this, so. Okay, next I'm going to just cut these off. My dad promised me he was going to be quiet on the set. He gonna sing in a minute, y'all watch. But anyway, He can if he wants to. We're real people around here, ain't we? Okay, and then I'm going to cut this one. Mm. Okay, so we have our earring base. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some E6000. And I already had it started making the other one. I'm just going to try to insert it on the back side. This is going to be my front. Oh, shoot. Okay. Now, I like to keep me some Vaseline around because when you take this off, if you can get it off, E6000 is some of the runniest, I don't know. But I have so many bottle tubes of it that I had to punch a hole in it or something because it is stuck together. So I take me some Vaseline and run it around, and it tells you to too, so that it won't stick. Okay. Okay, now we have that. So next what I want to do, I'm going to take some 24 gauge wire, about a foot, and I'm going to start stringing. Well, first I determined I put this at 1.5, and that's where I started my wrap. So I'm gonna bend this like so and hook it on here, and then I'm going to start wrapping. Make sure this is on the outside. Make sure the long one is on the inside. To start this, it's not hard. Just the beginning of it is kind of, I ain't gonna say difficult. If you say difficult, it'd be difficult. But I'm say challenging. It's very challenging. I wrapped it about 3, maybe 4 times. I like to not have a lot to cut, but I want to have enough that I can cut if I have to. I'd rather just wrap around here. That's about 4 times. So that's good. You know, making videos I'm new to. And I can feel and hear my voice changing its energy. And I see how people are all bubbly and things because, you know, it keeps people attention. Nobody wants to sit there and look at somebody talking monotone. So I'll try to keep my voice bubbly, my excitement going as we make this. So I'm just going to make this a little pretty by pushing it in, but I don't want to beat my leather up either because it'll show. I'm going to leave it alone for now just in case I need some modification when it's over. So I made my wrap, and next I want to start stringing my beads. Now, if I go with these, I started with a lava bead on the end, and first I tried to cover that wrap up, but I couldn't force that bead up over that wrap. So if it's pretty, I'm gonna leave it. You know, just leave it. You can see wraps and everything. So now what I'm gonna do is just pick up, you know, at random. I do have them in, you know, the piles that they came out of the thing with. So I can put some different ones on here, but and if I don't use them all, I don't want to have to separate them to put them back in my container. But I'm just randomly picking up nuggets. I even found this round one. He's in there somewhere. I think I'm gonna call this one Mother Earth because it reminds me of earth tone. Even though I don't have any greens and just a little bit of yellowish. But because of the materials that I'm using are rocky, rocky looking, I'm using tiger's eye, uh, nuggets. Why I want to keep calling these nuggets? Are they chips? I think they're chips. When you come onto my channel, I guess we can call it a DIY because I am showing you how to do this, but I hardly call myself the go-to, the go on tutorials, because at a whim, I might do whatever moves me to finish that look. And it may not be, you know, how it's normally done. But you know what? I noticed that you can think that you're coming up with something. I'm sorry. You can think you're coming up with something, and then for some reason, uh, Facebook or you plant that picture, and then Facebook will come up with a tutorial, or YouTube will show a tutorial on whatever you just thought you made up, and you'd be like, "Dang it, this was supposed to be mine." So an original idea, yes, you can have original idea, but chances are somebody made something similar to it. So I'm just going to wrap this around. My leather. Earlier, I was fixing something on one end and left this end down, and they all just fell right back off. I was like, no. So when you're wrapping them, you want to make sure you push them so that not that much wire is showing. In some instances, in some spaces, you're not going to be able to prevent that, but just try to make as much as you can cover the wire. So I'm going to tell you what else I did. That's my back. This is my front. I wasn't going to make it asymmetric. That was not my intention. I was just going to have this at the bottom part, but I could not get that side to really look like it was matching. So I said, well, I'm just going to make it asymmetric. And that's what you can do. This is your creation. Even if you got the idea from me, it's your creation to do whatever you want to with it. I'm just giving you an idea. And if you make it, tag me. I want to see it. I want to see your beautiful work. And I'm happy to have influenced that work if I did. You know, I had an idea too. And, you know, hold on just a second. Let me wrap this. And talk and rap at the same time. So I think this is about where I ended it. Trying to make sure it's doing what I want it to do. I think I got probably one bead too many. Then I went with my lava stone. And then I went with my, oh, I didn't get that out. And this is a 8mm tiger skin and a 10mm striped agate. Now, like I said, you can use whatever beads and whatever you want. But these, I chose those because they came in the shipment for this month. I said, what can I make with this month's shipment from the Bargain Bead Supply? And I just wrap this around as well. Now, you know what I did? I didn't do it like that. I wrapped it first, and then I added that other bead. Because these are heavier beads, I decided to give it a wrap on its own, and then add the other one. And since this is the last one, and since that's a bigger bead, to get this to really lay like I want to and be as tight, I'm gonna use my pliers to tighten it. You probably can do it with your hand, but the pliers give you more control and it does make it tighter. And you want this one to be tight because it's the last one and you don't want your beads to fall off. And I think I wrapped this about 4 times. And you really can't see this one that much because of the loop. No, I didn't. Okay, let's pretend like I didn't do that. Right now, I'm going to glue that back on just so that I can finish the earring. You know, the first one went just smooth. Of course. Get on camera. But that's okay. We're going to troubleshoot it. Now, what I'm going to do, just for now, I'm going to take some GS cement. And I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to put that right there. For now, because I want to show you what I did with the ear wires. And basically, I'm going to let that dry. So I just put the ear wire. I put 2 because I want it to be front facing. And since the it's a front facing earring, if this is facing this way, you want your jump ring to face the same way, and then your earring will automatically go that way, and you'll have your earring. Now I'm gonna fix this one, take a picture, and shout hallelujah. Thank you for watching. See you later.